TV trays, postmodernism, that's art. It's a bargain at $100 a piece.
For these?
Yeah. Look, if you want them, let's get to haggling.
$1 a piece.
99.
$2.
98. See how this is working? Yeah, I'm kidding with you. $8 and they're yours. Hey, you almost went for it.
I know, I did.
They're like $97.50. You were like, whoa, that's a lot for TV trays. But no, not really when you think about it.
Pen and paper, money maker, let the beat ride. Let me put you up on this nigga from the east side. This nigga born ready, serve a nigga either with the pen or off the Haiti. This nigga flow is dead. Where we at? Right here, Snoop Dogg, I'm with the G-Child. Play something, let me fuck you up just with this freestyle. For sure, but let's make a real record with real effort, cause my pen game is lethal cyanide.
Hey everybody, welcome back to What the Hell Happened to Them? Julia Roberts carries us onward. I am your host, Patrick Skeyhill, and joining me on the line is Larry Girona.
Yeah, hi. Did I get the wrong number? Oh, wait, what? Larry Girona?
They call him Larry Corona.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, does that not age well, since he was the first Hollywood actor to come down with coronavirus.
It was almost prophetic at a Simpsonian level. And of course, joining us on the audio boards is Lev Van Rensselaer, reminding me to remind you that you can email the cast at whathappenedtothemcast@gmail.com. And our sponsor this week is termites. Got a little too much extra wood lying around the house? Call up the termite guys. They're actually just termites. All right, Joe, what movie are we doing this week?
Lance Corona.
Yes, Larry the Cable Guy, Crowne. Well, what does he need to do, Joe? What the hell happened in this movie?
Well, Tom Hanks got a little bit of money together, and he's like, I'd like to make another movie after my successful outing in, what is it? Hold on. Because he says Do the Right Thing, and I was like, is that his movie? Did he just name drop his own movie? And I'm like, no, it's that thing you do.
Yeah, Do the Right Thing, certainly not a Tom Hanks movie.
Yes, no, but the way he said it, I was like, wait, is that the name of the movie? I got confused for a second, and like, oh shit, no. Huh. You should have said that. That thing you do to Julia. That thing you do, it just, whoa, when he just does like the karate chop moves and through the fisheye lens with remember the door?
Yeah,
when he's all happy after the kiss?
Let's stop talking about that movie and talk about what happens in this movie.
I'm talking about Larry Crowne. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm not getting a plot synopsis here.
Oh, well, you didn't ask for one yet.
I said, what the hell happened in this movie?
You said, okay, fine. Ooh.
Well, what did happen in this movie?
Am I going to come down hard on this movie and say I loved it?
I don't know what you're going to do. Why? Let's get a synopsis, and then you can give me your takes.
Fine. Ooh, I can feel there's steam,
I just want you to do
energy.
The thing we do every week.
I don't know if I can do that this week. Okay, I'm sorry. After losing his job, a middle-aged man reinvents himself by going back to college. That is a very great synopsis. That is right down. Yeah.
Perfect log line. Done.
Great.
Easy.
I love it.
Marketable.
Yeah. A lot easier to get that out of me than actually get that out of me, you know?
No one was just saying. Well, Joe, let's talk about who was in this movie.
As soon as I saw the cast, I was like, all right, I can't wait for this. Give me it.
The plot is basically Community, and fittingly, our cast is mostly sitcom stars. We have the roommate from Bosom Buddies. We have the father from Fresh Off the Boat. We have Frasier's mom from Frasier. We have the neighbor from Welcome to the Neighborhood. We have the priest from The Drew Carey Show. We have one of the scientists from Better Off Ted. The dad from Malcolm in the Middle. The foreign exchange student from That 70s Show. The husband from Cougar Town. The nanny from Committed. And the waitress from Schitt's Creek. As well as two people from Mr. Robot, one of whom was also Nancy Crozier in The Good Wife.
Wow.
What a TV stack. So this is what made me think as I'm watching this. So it's Tom Hanks, Julia Roberts, and a bunch of TV people. And I thought, Tom Hanks had a hard time getting this movie made. This is a movie where Tom Hanks had the script. What was the budget? I imagine it was surprisingly low for a Tom Hanks pick.
$30 million.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, do I got a surprise for you at the box office, though?
$79 million.
Wow! Oh, just a little over. 72.
Hey!
Not bad, though.
Not a huge success, but not a bomb. A tiny profit made from that. Yeah. Yes, so that's what I'm like, why would you need so many TV people here? It's a cornucopia of old sitcoms.
Yeah, you might disagree with me right here, but this was a summer picture. This came out July 1st, for the 4th of July weekend. I would have put this out in April.
Not summertime fare. No.
This is like a refresher after you've watched the Oscars. This is like an adult movie, a movie for grown-ups.
Older audience. This is exactly the type of movies that cannot be made anymore. Oddly, because of all the summer films being made. And some are now starting at the end of April and going until October.
What has happened? we gotta blame the Marvel shit show, though. I'm sorry. I can't handle it.
So I'm very happy to blame them. I cannot wait for the bottom to fall out and the market to crash horrifically and everybody getting fired in Hollywood. Oh, what a day it will be.
You know what else crashed? The tomato meter on this movie, 37%.
Yeah, it sounds like you liked it.
No, I didn't. I hated this movie.
There is a charm to it, but a lot of this dialogue is so horrific and lazy. And Julia Roberts is hamming it up.
Yeah, no, she's doing something that I don't like.
If watching this performance, I could think, I don't think you've ever been drunk before, Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
I don't think that has ever happened to you.
That's just crazy.
I don't think you've ever seen anyone get drunk.
There was some weird stuff going on. And written by Tom Hanks.
About his friend.
Yes, it's about his friend. But Nia Vardalos of My Big Fat Greek Wedding fame helps him write this movie. This is her other film that she wrote. I think she wrote a couple other ones, but this is definitely, after My Big Fat Greek Wedding, this is definitely probably the biggest movie that she's written. Yes, definitely. Absolutely. The only other thing, yes.
You didn't even do My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2?
Yeah, no, she wrote that.
Okay, great.
But who else saw that one? Did you see that one? Did you see that one?
Of course I didn't see that one, Joe.
Were you in the theater for that one?
Listen, it was no My Big Fat Greek Life. All 2 episodes. Oh. Stunning.
Wow, yeah. Wow.
The second episode, they had to bring in the big guns. Yanni.
Is that for real?
It was for real. I watched the show. Wow. And I also
You
listened
watched
to
all
Yanni.
2 episodes?
I watched all 2 episodes, yep.
Did you like it?
Nope.
Well, neither did America.
Nope, they did not. Which is fair. Wasn't good. So, I don't know. The movie is fine.
The movie is not fine. I don't agree with you.
Well, I'm just like, okay, here we go. And it was a brisk, 98 minutes. How wonderful was that? It was our second midlife crisis movie in a row.
What did we watch last week?
Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh, yeah. Much better. That was much better than this.
I would say that was a better movie than this, yes. Because everybody is saying lines that are so ridiculous, no human being is just like old. No human beings would ever speak most of these ways.
You always like to take shots at Shyamalan.
I'll take it. That script was badly dialogued. What I will say was, in a way, Tom Hanks is the manic pixie dream girl in this movie to Julia Roberts.
Yeah, with him riding his moped around.
And just happy about everything, despite the fact that his life must have gone horribly wrong for him to be divorced and a floor person at a Target.
He loves his job, though.
Loves it.
Yeah, but didn't he say he was he served in the military?
He served in the
chef?
Navy. Yeah.
Or Navy, yeah. Okay, let me give you some stuff. I got some production notes for you. Larry Crowne was first announced as Talk of the Town in February 2006.
Wow, glad that title didn't stick.
Yeah, 5 years
Larry
earlier.
Crowne tells me something, but at least the main character is named Larry Crowne. Who is talking the town in this movie? What town is being talked?
Yeah, good point. Universal Pictures set up the project as a star vehicle for Tom Hanks, with Nia Vardalos hired to write the screenplay based on the life of Jim Chandler, a friend of Hanks, what you were saying.
Yes. About
a man who goes through an unexpected career change. Okay. Yeah, he does. He just goes to college.
He went to community college, much like Jeff Winger. Yeah, okay, let me go on this rant here.
Go on.
How asinine that you won't let Tom Hanks go into corporate life because he doesn't have some worthless college degree.
Yep.
What does this piece of paper signify that man right in front of you couldn't demonstrate through his own abilities and knowledge and personality? How ridiculous. It's just a broad policy that nobody, no matter who you are, Warren Buffett could walk on in, and if he did not have that college degree, he would say, sorry, you cannot move up to middle management. You are not ready because you did not take 4 credits in public speaking and dance theory.
Yeah, it literally makes no sense, because wouldn't any of his credentials in the Navy like boost him a little bit when he's like putting that on
They're
his
like
resume.
shitting on him. He's like, well, I was in the Navy. I didn't get to go to school. And they're just like, well, those are the rules. And I think, dumb rule.
Those are
really
not the
dumb rule.
rules.
That's not needed. And it's part of the reason why college is so expensive these days, because you're making everybody go to college when they don't need to do your stupid target corporate job where you're looking at numbers. 2011, people know how to use Excel spreadsheets without going to college, okay? It's fine.
You just brought up it was 2011, and like, yes, we have, at this point, we have started embracing smartphones, and yet he's got a flip phone that he's doing like predict text on whatever.
Yes.
And there's a smartphone joke about him using the smartphone, but I'm like, you're not using a smartphone, so how I don't agree that joke shouldn't have been in there. Yeah, I don't agree with it though.
Well, yeah, another TV alumni delivers that line in George Takei. George Takei.
I go back and forth.
I know. I don't remember which one I've heard correctly.
I feel like he said it both ways. The man himself has said it both ways.
He's just making it up as he goes. He's just fucking with us, like he's fucking with that economics class.
This is a weird movie. Did not dig it. I don't know. You didn't dig it either, right?
It's very consumable, which is all I need these movies to be. I've had bad movies before, and it's like, it's me sitting through San Andreas and being like, this one I'm just like, okay, people are talking ridiculously, but fine.
Okay, but his neighbors, Cedric the Entertainer, and Taraji P.
and
Henson.
the woman from Empire.
Yes, Taraji P. Henson.
Another TV star.
Oscar nominated, yes. What was going on with them? Why were they just like selling things outside their house?
I guess that's what they actually did in real life. I don't know. That's what that...
Don't you need a permit?
No, you do not need a permit. No, for a yard sale? No. Not a permit.
But it's not like a yard sale. They're like selling, like, it's like a retail store outside their house.
You'd have to be a big asshole if you're going to flea market shame them as a police officer.
That was not my intention of this. My thing is, why is that their only thing?
Well, because he won all that money on that game show.
Yeah, I guess. I feel
now
like
he can just coast on his winnings and sell all the stuff to kind of help. They have a million things. They seem to be doing well, I guess.
So you have no problems with that. Okay, moving on to my next problem that I have. What is with his friend, hold on, I'm going to remember her name, Talia, played by
the other Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
Yes. What's up with her? And
thank God he does not fall in love with.
Yeah, thank God. She's like 19.
Oh my goodness. I was so afraid of that. And then Julia Roberts came in and I go, oh, okay, here we go. This is better. What is the age difference between Julia Roberts and Tom Hanks?
I think he is born in the late 50s, and she's in 68, I believe. So
all right, so a 10-year difference.
He's 56, 1956. So you do that math while I look up Julia's to double check.
There's no math to do yet.
She's born in 67. So yeah, there's 9 years difference.
No, 11 years.
11 years. 11 years.
Yeah, well, at least now that she's older, it feels less awkward. Still a notable Hollywood age gap there. Though he doesn't look much older than her, which isn't a knock on her. It's just like how he looks pretty good for his age.
Yeah, he's 55.
Probably his youthful, ebullient attitude helps him feel younger.
Yeah, the Manic Pixie Dream Girl that he doesn't fall in
so
love
like
with
that
is
Manic
nice.
Pixie Dream Girl helps him become a Manic Pixie Dream guy for Julia Roberts, who's like the most miserable person on the planet.
The shoes thing at the beginning?
I am not sure what the theme is there, because then we also have a thing in the kitchen where the shoes are off as she's making that alcoholic drink.
Yeah, she's like a drunk in this, but she's never consumed a beverage in her life.
I am 20 years old and I'm in an improv troupe at my college. I'm trying to act drunk.
And then Talia's boyfriend, I guess, right?
Fez.
But they keep saying like he's so buff and muscular. I'm like, no, he's not. He's not at all.
You look kind of beefy in here. Yeah. He beefs up at the end of that 70s show, and it seems like he never got rid of that.
It might be now, and like he looked a little,
He looked beefy.
He looked
a little beefy.
I don't agree.
It just seemed odd, like they seemed like they were teasing this thing where he really insecure about his relationship with Talia, and that never went anywhere. That was never an important factor. Do you think when Mamie Gummer and Freddie Mercury were on set on...
It's not Mamie Gummer, it's Grace Gummer.
Oh no. Really?
Yes, it's her other daughter.
Oh no, then she was in neither of the shows I've mentioned.
No, Grace was definitely in Mr. Robot. Yeah, Grace is in Mr. Robot. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah,
they're
Mr.
not the
Robot.
same person. They look identical.
Wow. They don't look identical.
They look
They look
identical.
They look like sisters. I don't think they look identical.
They look exactly the same. It is wild. Which one was in Cake?
It has to be Mamie.
It has to be?
Yeah, because I'm looking at Grace Gummer's filmography
and you
right
don't
now,
see
and
Cake
it
on
has-
there anywhere.
No.
So Grace Gummer, Mr.
Francis
Robot.
Ha.
Grace Gummer, Mr. Robot, but Grace Gummer also Good Wife?
Probably not. That might be Mamie. Hold on. Mamie's been in more movies. Mamie was in Cake, Ricky and the Flash,
Ricky and
the
the
end of the
Flash.
tour. Mamie must have been in, what is it, Good Wife?
Somebody's in the Good Wife / Good Fight as Nancy Crozier.
That's Mamie, yep.
Okay.
That's the other daughter.
Grace, Mr. Robot. Only Mr. Robot?
Yeah.
What else is she in?
I just told you.
No, you told me Mamie.
Grace was in Francis Ha,
Yeah.
Margin Call,
I've never heard of that.
The Homesman.
Never heard of that.
She was in American Horror Story,
Didn't see that.
Mr. Robot, and The Newsroom.
I just have to think like, okay, TV, Grace, movies, Mamie.
Yeah, well, Grace has done a couple of movies.
I know, and
Not
Mamie's done
many,
a couple
but-
TV shows, but that's my large divining, because otherwise, they look so much alike to me.
I guess. I looked at them. They look like sisters.
Just like Catherine Hahn and Anna Gasteyer. Cannot tell them apart. Can't be done.
You know, in movies, if I haven't watched a movie of theirs back to back, I would be like, yeah, which one? But I think Catherine Hahn has been more prominent than Anna Gasteyer.
I mean, if you have
as
to
of late.
take a guess, definitely guess Catherine Hahn.
Yes.
Like, just to be safe. So do you think they're on the set of, like, season 3 of Mr. Robot, and they're like, hey, remember we did Larry Crowne? What a weird fucking movie that was.
Rami Malek in this movie, does he scream future Oscar winner in this?
No, but also he should not have won an Oscar for that role he had.
I agree. I think he's terrible in that movie.
I think nothing about that movie is good.
I would have rather seen fat Viggo Mortensen folding up a pizza and accepting that Oscar.
Just puts the Oscar in the pizza and he's like, oh, I
Yeah.
got an award calzone. Here we go.
Hey, where's my best picture now?
Hey, I'm a Mario. Oh.
Are we making Green Book 2? Yeah.
Look
I'll
at
go
me. I'm
fuck
eating in
yourself.
Rome. Later I'll pray in love.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm in the house of Gucci.
Well, he's everywhere. We're in the rough waters for Miss Julia Roberts. What do you got to say about Larry Crowne?
Well,
A movie that came and went in pop culture.
there were a lot of Julia Roberts movies that I'm like, oh, I remember that, hearing that title, but I've never seen that movie. This one I was just like, that is a movie? Is this a remake of the Thomas Crown Affair?
We would be so blessed.
Let's talk about how this movie's old, Joe. Do you know how this movie's old?
Flip phones.
Yep, phones still flip. Blogs are new media.
Oh, wow.
Brand new, that media.
That's insane because they weren't.
Talia mentions getting boosted and is not at all referring in any way to the coronavirus.
Wow.
GPSs exist outside of your phone. They are separate devices by their lonesome.
Yeah, okay, when he goes into Julia's car to fix the GPS
Oh, he's
device, I'm like,
mansplaining, yeah.
excuse me, Mr. Crowne.
And she's like,
back
ooh, I'm
up."
charmed by this behavior.
Yeah, she was totally into it. And I'm like, I would be like, get the fuck out of my car. Yeah, what is up with that?
Yeah, bad riding, that's what's up with that. Longboarding is still cool. Manifest Destiny, mentioned casually, with no other overtones. And colleges give out A+. That is how we know this movie's old.
She thought about it. She's like, am I going to give him an A or just an A+? He was a good guy.
Nobody does that
He's a good
anymore,
guy.
Julia. It's okay. The A will be fine. And also, you don't get to pick A or A+. Like, you have a scoring rubric. Did he make a 96 or a 97? That's
Yeah.
how you know. It's not like, I'll do what I want. Go on, Joe. What are you saying?
When Bryan Cranston yells at Julia Roberts and he's like, I'm just a dude doing dude things because, like, what dudes do. I'm like, well, excuse me? What the fuck?
Some very inspired conversation happening there. Well done, screenwriters. Well done.
Tom Hanks should always cast his son Chet Hanks as the pizza delivery guy, for one thing. And second, I think he should always, I'm sorry to say, I think he should always let people write his scripts. Let him direct, sure.
I just don't know why the studio's not looking at this and being like, let's do another pass, shall we, Tom?
It's a rough script. I don't know how they let this go.
Another look would have been nice. But has Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts ever been in a movie together?
I do not think. Wouldn't we be the ones to know?
I guess so. I was trying to think back. I don't remember them being in one, but it feels like, how did this not happen sooner?
Yeah, they definitely haven't been.
No, they
together.
did that, right? Charlie Wilson's War.
He wrote the screenplay for That Thing You Do and directed it.
Yeah, he did Charlie Wilson's War.
He's sole screenwriter. So we have to blame the whole thing on Nia Vardalos.
Okay.
He must have come in and punched it up a little bit, but he didn't punch up enough of it. He didn't take enough passes.
I mean, you could be like, hey, none of this dialogue's really working. Let's juice this up a bit so I sound like a person.
Holy shit. Have you ever seen That Thing You Do? I've never seen it.
I have not, no.
There is a regular theatrical cut of 108 minutes, and then there's an extended cut of 148 minutes.
Well, there was a lot of movie there.
That's a different movie. That is like an extra.
I would like to cut 40 minutes out of Spider-Man 3. I think that would have been nice.
I think the rest of the world would have, and so would have Sam Raimi.
Thomas Hayden Church at the end is like, sorry, I just wanted to see my daughter. I'm sorry this happened. And then like he blows away into sand and I go, so is he alive? Is he dead?
No, he is alive. He's definitely alive. That is so poetic. That is what should have just happened. It should have just been a nice fight between Sandman and Spider-Man.
Topher Grace is like, hey, you want to team up, partner? And Tom Hardy's like, yes. And then somewhere in the battle, he's like, you know what? I feel bad, actually. When did that happen? Bad movie.
Well, when he turned into mud, maybe? He didn't want to be a mud monster?
He turned into mud earlier in the movie, and that's what made him mad. And then he's just like, you know what, Spider-Man, this wasn't your fault.
I think he saw that his friend died, and he's like, well...
His friend? Wait, Topher Grace is not his friend.
They definitely had a conversation. Didn't they have a conversation?
They had one conversation. Said, hey, do you want to kill Spider-Man?
No. Sandman and Spider-Man. Weren't they talking like, he's like, I'm sorry for taking the car and...
Yes, he says that like at the end
uncle.
of the movie, but like 10 minutes ago you wanted to kill him. So like what changed?
Maybe he had just one of those profound moments where you're just like, what I'm doing is wrong. I have a little girl I need to take care of. I need to be the right Sandman.
Yeah, if I'm just some dude and I'm like, here, Hollywood, here's my script, they would look at this and say, this is trash. Get out of here. But it's an established property, and so you're like, yeah, fine, whatever, doesn't matter. Like, fuck you, Hollywood.
Okay, but what'd you think of Sandman's outfit? That green striped shirt. That he wore the entire movie. Why did you watch Spider-Man 3?
Because you had laughed at me for not having seen it, and I had clearly been given the wrong information about how it ended. So I'm like, well, let me see what did actually happen in the ending.
So
I feel like the person who told me how it ended stopped watching 20 minutes before the end of the movie and walked out of the theater for some reason and was just like, okay, that's how the movie ends. I don't want to watch anymore.
They made their own ending.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I got it. I know what happens at the end. This is what happens. The one that I made up.
Cliffhanger, we're done.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Julia Roberts' home looks really nice considering she is a community college teacher. And he is a
hates
blogger.
her job. We haven't talked about how much she hates her fucking job. She talks to Pam Grier at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, she hates getting up at 8 in the morning. Yeah, I get that.
Well, I mean, she does be up at earlier, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If she has to be at 8 a.m. class.
Drive there. She got to get the morning started. So fine. Not that her classroom felt like a bunch of can-doers.
Yeah. So wait, so if she's driving to school, and I know it's a community college, everything's more local,
but she doesn't have to live in the community, you know.
Yeah, because Tom Hanks saddles up right next to her. He's like on his little moped. He's like, hey, how's it going,
buddy? She's like, don't talk to me. I'm listening to opera here, please. Let me say, Julia Roberts, having studied comparative politics in Shakespeare and listened to opera in the car, Julia Roberts has never been sexier to me. Let me just say that right now.
Out of all the roles.
Yeah, if she were an alcoholic in this movie, this would be like peak romantic Julia Roberts for me in particular. There'd be no better version.
Oh my god, we are fucking morons, by the way.
What?
Because we were like, she's never done a movie with Tom Hanks. We did a movie like a month ago called Charlie Wilson's War.
I was saying that a whole bunch as you were trying to figure out if Something's Gotta Give is a good movie or not, or whatever it's called.
Wait, Something's Gotta... Why are you up on Jack now?
No, the other one, the other something. I'm not just like Charlie Wilson. And then you just kept ignoring me. I'm like, well, the audience
You
heard me
said
at least.
Rebel Wilson.
No. That was 30 minutes ago, Joe.
This is our most contentious episode.
I said Charlie's Wilson. You did not listen to me.
We're going to have to play the tapes back.
Okay, yeah, you listen to the episode after Lev finishes editing it, and you're like, oh, shit. I was going to cut it out to be nice to you, but now I won't.
No. This one's going up as is. I'm telling you, there's no editing going on in this one. This goes up as is.
Here's another logistical thing that would never happen. If her class had less than 10 people and, like, state mandatedly they couldn't hold the class anymore, registrar would cancel that class. Julia Roberts does not have to go in and count how many people are in her class. Registrar just tells all the students and teacher, nope, this class won't happen anymore. And then they don't go to the first day of class because there is no class.
Yeah.
I'm on George Takei's side here. Course packets, very important. Very important.
You know, I'm so out of my element right now. Yeah. He even texts her that, and he gets in trouble a second time.
You don't be on your phones during class. No. It's impressive Takei could see it.
Okay, but he holds up the phone he's holding up the phone like this, and he's like texting her. I'm like,
yeah, he's an old man, Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, come on.
Old man.
Put your book in front of your phone when you're texting.
He's not. Yeah, he's old man. Doesn't know how phones work yet.
55 years old.
55 years old, going to community college, like Chevy Chase.
That's more than a midlife crisis right there. I'm sorry. Was he living to 110?
So Tom Hanks has this big.
Okay, you don't agree.
Tom Hanks has this big important speech at the end of class that lets us know he's changed and grown and learned a lesson. I will say a couple things about this. One, I have no idea what his speech communicated to us. What am I supposed to take away from his speech other than I get some backstory on him? He's still the same goofy, happy-go-lucky guy he was the whole movie, despite his life falling apart around him. And I don't know why Julia Roberts finds this very romantic, this speech, of just like, yeah, I traveled the world, I saw a cook, here's some fun stories about my life. And everybody at the end, like, cheers, they're like, woo, Larry, you did it. And I go, he's been doing this all movie.
Do you think she's so attracted to him just because he's got, like, a confidence? It's gotta be the confidence thing, right? Because he's just like, I got this.
Or maybe it's just because her alternative was so shitty.
Yeah, her alternative is literally the beginning of Walter White. He's already skinny. We just needed to see those underpants. We see Hanks's underpants.
Oh yes, very happy to show off his beach bod. And Fez is just like he's all like intimidated by this. Like, Fez, calm down. It's okay. Not in competition with you.
He's got his whites, the whites,
And Tom Hanks is getting all on Talia for like dropping school so she can finish her store, build her store. And I say, good for you, Talia. You don't need that college degree to open a store. You seem to know what you're doing. Get in there.
Yeah, you just inherit all that debt you just took in.
I mean, again, it's community college, so it's like
it's not that bad.
$5,000, like you're fine.
Okay,
she can handle that.
If you don't pay it, it accumulates.
Go open the store. You don't need to go to school to open the store. You seem to know what you're doing, so fine. And then the little scooter gang roaming around town, looking all tough. Dangerous.
Scooter gang. I mean, that did get me. The scooter gang. They traveled.
They did,
always together.
And then his friend Ian Gomez from the Drew Carey show, like he starts working for him there, slinging hash, and Julia Roberts sees him there, and she's like, oh, my heart flutters. You haven't published 2 books like Bryan Cranston, but oof, I love the way you flip that patty.
What did they say? He smells like cooked onions, or what did they say? Something like that.
But you know what? If Julia Roberts would listen to some operas with me, I'd flip her patties.
Excuse me?
If she would want to sit down and do some Rigoletto, some Don Juan.
Don John?
Yeah, not Don John.
JGL movie?
Yeah, not the Joseph Gordon-Levitt flick. Another not well-written script that a man directed and starred in. I guess Tom Hanks didn't direct this, but he produced it.
Wait, are you kidding me right now?
What?
Tom Hanks directed this movie.
He did?
Tom Hanks holds all 3 in his hands. Director, writer, actor. Oh, excuse me, 4. He produced it. This is his baby.
Tom Hanks' quadruple threat.
Yeah.
Just look at Larry Crowne for the evidence.
It's just like he probably was like, well, that thing you do was a while ago. I got to prove my chops again. Let's break out the Larry Crowne script that's been about my friend Jim.
Yeah,
that's
poor
been
Jim. Went to community college.
2006.
And now works at did Tom Hanks' life actually get, what's his job now? Does he still work as the cook, as the line cook?
Tom Hanks?
That was what he went to community college for?
I believe Tom Hanks right now is going to be Elvis's manager?
No. I'm talking about Larry Crowne.
Oh, Larry.
At the end of this, what did his community college degree get him? Like, I thought she was going and, like, he had opened up a restaurant. And, like, oh, that would make sense. That would be nice.
He could have gotten that job before.
Yeah, in fact, he got the job before he had the degree.
Yeah,
so, like, I don't know why you didn't go to community college. For what might be... I know, Joe, you didn't go to college. My college experience was nothing like that. I did not meet, like, these wonderful friends. Especially if I were 30 years older than everybody, I would not be everybody's pal. I'd be that weird old guy nobody wants to hang out with. They're like, oh, where did his life go wrong?
Wait, are you celebrity actor Tom Hanks? I want to be your friend.
Tom Hanks, I'm up for this part in Mr. Robot. Will you help read for me and put in a good word with the casting director?
I mean, to be fair, Mr. Robot was 5 years away.
All right. I'm done talking about this movie. You want to go to last looks? Oh no, we have to do a quick rock watch.
Oh fuck off.
I was a rock watcher.
Did you see the Super Bowl this week?
I did not, but I saw a picture of him doing the I'm gonna lay it the smackdown on all your candy asses.
The Rock trying to be...
Tom Hanks did that, though.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson doing his best to be associated with any and everything American. Olympics, twice. And now the Super Bowl, all in 1 year, introducing all three of these events. We get it. You'll be president someday. We got it. Give me a break, please.
Just give us a little break. He's really just pushing me to the edge.
I know. All right, Joe, what are your last looks on this movie?
Last looks, Larry Crowne, the oldest midlife crisis to be had, but a very successful one.
We gotta wait for Larry David to have one at some point.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
How old is Larry David?
He's like in his 70s.
Gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or Larry King. We could see that.
Larry King is dead, my friend.
Oh, what? When did that happen?
I believe that happened at least last year.
Oh, jeez. This pandemic. It's been rough.
Larry King died last January. He's been dead for over a year.
I am not on my game today.
He was 87. He lived a good life.
That would have been an old midlife crisis, though.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spouses.
Yeah, that was what he was known for. Mm-hmm.
He got married and divorced in the same year. I'm sorry. I know he's dead. I'm sorry.
I think there was a Norm Macdonald joke on Weekend Update where he was like, scientists have determined that people who are married are likely to live longer than people who are unmarried. In unrelated news, Larry King is now 107 years old.
Fucking hell. Norm Macdonald. Don't we miss him?
All right. Another one taken from us too soon. Norm Macdonald, Larry
King.
Taken from us too soon.
Norm Macdonald, way too soon. He was young.
Soon. I know. I admire the secret cancer move, though. If I had cancer, that's how I'd go out. Secret cancer.
You better not.
One day you'd be like, oh, by the way, Pat's dead cancer. And you'd be like, what? Yeah, Pat can't make the show today, Joe. He died of cancer.
I hope we are much closer than that. Jesus Christ. How dare you?
Okay. All right. Sorry, Joe. Go on.
Yeah, I'm just shooting Lev texts, and I'm like, "Where's Pat? We gotta record the podcast. We're 50 years from now." Yeah.
Yeah. We've got to do our Robert Pattinson show.
Oh my God. One day we should.
We finally got to the years where he was fat and doing terrible romantic comedies.
Wow, do you think we'll be that blessed in like 2055? Wow, that'd be incredible.
Did you do your last looks on this? I've forgotten.
Yeah, I said Larry Crowne, oldest midlife crisis.
Oh, I see, okay. My last looks, why does Julia Roberts do this movie? Because Tom Hanks is her buddy? I don't know.
Yeah, they met a couple years before. On a Mike Nichols movie.
It's not a great role, but maybe she's like, well, I got Eat, Pray, Love coming out, so at least people will remember I'm still a good actress, even when I do this. I think Tom Hanks was like, yeah, Julia, just do whatever you want. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. We're just having fun here.
Well, I hope they finish off their trilogy.
Yeah, they got to do that.
One good movie.
I think overall, movie's not, I wouldn't call this movie a good movie, but I did not mind watching it. I had no beef watching it. It was started, and then it was over, and I was like, okay, great. That was a breeze. It was very fluffy. It was full of air.
You mentioned this now. I'm going back and I'm rewatching a lot of Sandlers. I'm up to 10 Sandlers right now for the year.
Sure.
I recently rewatched Airheads. It's the first time since we watched it in like 2015.
Yeah.
Airheads fucking rules. That is like, that's king shit right there. Everybody is on the top of their game. So many fucking character actors from like the early 90s.
Yes.
Incredible. Sandler is feeling himself out for the rest of his career in that movie. He's figuring it out. The way he yells, you can see him building the confidence. Like, oh, this is my shtick now.
Yeah.
Buscemi and him are like, had the fake squirt guns. And like he's like, Buscemi's like trying to like amp him up. He's like, you gotta be meaner, angrier. You gotta really be mad. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like shoot your heads off, and it's gonna bleed out your dick. And it's like, it's so good. It's so good.
It's interesting that Sandler and Buscemi became friends, but not Sandler and
Frasier.
And Frasier, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird, huh?
Unfortunate.
He's the only one that like didn't work with anyone else in that cast.
I'd like to see Brendan Fraser in a Sandler movie. That'd be kind of kooky.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is going to be his comeback year, too.
Especially now, like, weird, rotund Fraser. Like, bring it on. Let's do this.
He's got 2 massive, no pun intended, movies coming out this year. He's got,
really?
Well, no, he's got The Whale, the movie where he's supposed to be like 800 pounds in the Aronofsky movie. Yeah,
okay.
Darren Aronofsky. Yeah, that's coming out this year. And then he's also not the lead, but he's like co-starring, like co-lead, the new Martin Scorsese movie for Apple with Leo, Robert De Niro, and Jesse Plemons.
What?
Yeah, incredible.
That is not a cast I would have expected. New Martin Scorsese film. It's these people that are in a Martin Scorsese film, and then, also Brendan Fraser. We're throwing him a bone this week.
He was just in a Soderbergh movie. He's got a. What? You didn't see No Sudden Move. What is with your face?
I'm
wonderful.
just surprised at how all of a sudden Brendan Fraser's in like all these big deal director movies.
Yeah, you didn't see No Sudden Move last year?
No. Is that on HBO too?
Well, it's on HBO Max. Yeah, go watch it.
I'll go check that out.
Go watch Kimmy too, because that's.
I only watched one Soderbergh movie last year on HBO Max, and I did not like it.
Yeah, that's the only one I haven't watched yet.
Don't watch it.
No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm so excited. It's got my guy in it, my little guy.
He's good. He's good in it. Meryl Streep.
What is his name, though?
The actors are good in it. I'm just so bored. Lucas Hedges, something like that.
Thank you. We are going to be visiting Lucas Hedges in a couple of weeks. Well, a couple months.
Because we're going to watch Waves?
No. My friend Ben is back.
I've never heard of Ben is back.
Ooh, can't wait. That's a good one.
All right. I'd like to thank Lev Van Rensselaer for my on those audio boards, keeping us sounding so slippery smooth. I'd like to thank our sponsor this week, Termites. Don't worry. They won't bite. And I'd like to thank Joe. I don't even know what that means. And I'd like to thank Joe Vekeman for joining me again this week, as always.
Yeah, of course, yes.
And I'm your host, Patrick Scale. You may find my features, documentaries, short films, video essays, animations, behind-the-scenes footage, and so much more at QuixoticUnited.com. And now all of our audio-related material at our sister YouTube station, Quixotic Harmonics. Thank you all for listening. Joe, say goodnight.
Good night. I don't know. You look at Colin and you're like, this guy's 60?
No, I do not do that, actually. Wow.
This guy's 60?
You are a cruel man. Joe, that movie, Spider-Man 3, was atrocious. I feel dumber having seen it.
I got
it's
a lot to say
not often I look
about
at a
that.
movie and go like, wow. I hope everybody involved feels embarrassed.
No. Hold up. Wait a minute. Turn around and put a potato in it.
Okay, what?
The thing with Spider-Man 3 is you need to have the, how many years has it been now? What, almost 15 something since 2007? How long ago was that?
It's been 15. Yes, exactly, Joe.
Wow. Hell yeah. My math is getting slightly better with like the fast math. I mean, I haven't watched it every year since it came out because I was like you when I first saw it. I was like, this is a real hunk of garbage that I didn't know back then when my little 17-year-old brain, I didn't know about like studio meddling and everything. But like, yeah, clearly something happened on that fucking movie set. In the 15 years since that movie's come out, a lot more trash has come out that has supplanted that pile of garbage that you don't like. I'm going to tell you, the movie's not as bad as half the shit that comes out now. That movie is like a masterpiece compared to 90% of that Marvel garbage.
I find it amusing that Venom just sounds like Topher Grace. He's like, hey, I'm Topher Grace. I'm crawling on a wall.
Well, he's not Mickey Mouse. Put him up one more octave.
No. I've heard Venom many times and many things. He never sounds like just a dude.
Did you ever see Tom Hardy's Venom? That's what it should be called, by the way.
I did not know. With stupid bleach blonde hair. And Thomas Hayden Church He's just like, oh no, I got turned into sand. I'm just trying to see my daughter. And Spider-Man's like, I'm going to fuck you up, Sandman.
Let me tell you. Plus, with the retrospective they pretty much did in the new Spider-Man No Way Home, the one where they combine all the bullshit universes and everything, and they bring in Tobey's villains, so you get Willem Dafoe, giving one of I know he's given a lot of good performances, but maybe in the last, Lighthouse is pretty good, but maybe in the last years, he puts out a lot of good performances, but Willem Dafoe in the new Spider-Man movie is really turning it on when he does not have to, but he turns up the gas on that, and you're like, shit, oh yeah, remember when they used to pay attention and care about the characters in these movies?
Well, Willem Dafoe, very big in Spider-Man 3, but he's in his father, in his son's imagination, so you say fine, but James Franco, super fucking annoying.
Oh yeah, the worst. I have completely hopped off the Franco train.
The real romance of Spider-Man 3 is actually between Tobey Maguire and James Franco. Kirsten Dunst not involved.
Yeah, and then she has a 5 or 6 minute singing scene.
Yep, there's that. Weird. And then Tobey Maguire one-ups her and says, I'm going to have my own singing scene. And he dances around a bar.
It is Sam Raimi's musical.
And Rebel Wilson seemingly brought in for no reason. And
wait, Rebel Wilson is in that movie?
Rebel Wilson is the Gwen Stacy character.
Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson?
Are you having another moment?
No.
No, are you having... That's Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, no.
What the hell? What is happening? Rebel Wilson in 2007. What?
Okay. I'm confusing my Ron Howard daughters here.
Oh, wait, Rebel Wilson is not his daughter. What are you talking about?
Are you sure? Was she ever mentioned as Ron Howard's daughter?
I think she's Australian. She has no relation to Ron Howard at all.
I'm looking something up.
Go for it. Are you thinking of someone completely different?
I don't know why I'm confusing these two.
Rebel Wilson was famous for being in the Pitch Perfect movies as the character Fat Amy, and then yes, she has slimmed down in recent years. I think during the pandemic she made a new life choice. I don't know what you're talking about though. Why does Rebel Wilson and Ron Howard link together for you? I don't even think they've made
you know why?
Tell me.
Oh, here's where I got confused.
Give it to me.
And it's going to be really dumb. Perhaps you remember in Arrested Development, Ron Howard has secret daughter, Rebel Allie. Isla Fisher. And somehow that got stuck in my head as the next time I heard somebody named Rebel that was an actress, it was Rebel Wilson, and I go, oh, Ron Howard's daughter.
Yeah. And Isla Fisher has
does not at all
relation
look like
to
Rebel Wilson.
Or even Bryce Dallas
Howard. So that was dumb. Don't know why you needed Gwen Stacy. Don't know why you were setting up the crocodile professor, played by Good Wife alum Dylan Baker.
Yeah, Dylan Baker from a movie I would love for your take on called Happiness. Have you heard of this movie?
I've not heard of it.
A Todd Solondz movie.
But if you got somebody from The Good Wife in it, I'll probably watch it.
Oh my God. I want you to watch. You know what? This is your next assignment.
Yeah.
I need you. Also, make sure you're in a good headspace, by the way.
Because I'm going to get bummed out.
Yeah, this movie bums me out. It bummed me out so much. I'm like, one, watch. It's good. I threw the disc away.
Yeah, you can't trust movies with happy in the titles. Mikhail Haneke's happy endings? Not happy. No one had a happy ending.
Because there was another happy endings movie.
Ooh, about
with
happy endings?
Yes, your eyebrows delivered on that one. Yes, there's only one eyebrow going up and down.
I don't know why I needed 3 supervillains in Spider-Man 3. And here's what's crazy.
The studio disagrees with you.
Yeah, Peter Parker throws a big goblin grenade at Venom, kills him instantly. Peter Parker throws a big grenade at James Franco, marginally scars up his face.
Marginally, his face
scars
is
up
fucked.
His face is not.
His face is more fucked up than Tom Cruise's in Vanilla Sky.
Incorrect. He's got one thing on the side of his cheek, and the rest of his face looks gorgeous.
He is sculpted, but...
And Venom is such a big deal Spider-Man villain. Why would you have him in the movie for 20 minutes? What was the point? I thought they were at least going to set it up for a theoretical Spider-Man 4, but they said, nah, you know what, we're done here.
No, the Spider-Man villain in 4, I believe, was supposed to be Vulture. That's what Sam Raimi wanted to do. He only wanted to do Sandman, and I guess he was going to toss a little bit of James Franco, obviously, but like he was going to kind of end it there.
I think that would have been fine. And maybe you want to do
but
Black
the studio
Suit
wanted
Spider-Man,
Venom.
and then at the end of the movie, perhaps Venom finds Topher Grace, and like, good, fine, done, easy. You could end on that shot when it cranes into Topher Grace becoming Venom, and Venom roars at the camera. Then you go to black. Credits. Done, easy. I gotta watch it fade out over Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst doing a little dance. Nah.
They dance at the end?
They dance at the end. And you know what? It is weird now, all these years later, seeing an Aunt May that is old.
Yeah.
Like an actual old lady being Aunt May. I'm just like, wow, you're so old, Aunt May. But you know what? You're actually reasonably aged.
Yeah. It was Sally Field in the Andrew Garfield
The middle
ones, I
ones?
believe.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, the middle ones. And then, so Sally Field was probably like what? In her 60s?
Yeah.
You gotta figure in the 2010s. And then Marissa Tomei, 50s. At most,
But it doesn't
late
even matter
40s,
that
50s.
that they're 40s, 50s, 60s, because they all look like they're in their 40s. Her, Sally Field, they have aged very, very well. Aunt May and Tobey Maguire land, they're like, oh, hey, let's find a person that looks like an old lady.
But Martin Sheen was Uncle Ben in the Andrew Garfield ones, and he's an old man.
Hollywood likes old men, but not old ladies.
Yeah, and then in the Uncle Ben thing was thrown away in the new Spider-Mans. And do you want a spoiler because you're not going to watch it?
Yep.
They made Marissa Tomei as Aunt May into the Uncle Ben of this series because she's the one that dies at the end. And he's like, oh, I need to grow up and be a man. A Spider-Man! They set it up so awkwardly because they're like, at the end of the new Spider-Man, he's like, all right, I guess it's time for me to leave high school and go become Spider-Man and live in a lonely apartment and just do things. So he's basically becoming the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man at the end of 1. It's just like, we took 3 movies now to do this.
Yeah, they're really getting into these origin stories now. They're really deep diving in there. But also, he was already Spider-Man. Like, so he didn't need Ben to make him Spider-Man. He just was like, I'm Spider-Man now. I saw the trailer for this Uncharted movie that the Spider-Man kid's in. Let me tell you, I already theorized based on other things I've seen. What's the Spider-Man's actor's name?
Tom Holland.
I've seen Tom Holland other things and have been thoroughly unimpressed. But I am now, having seen that trailer, just the trailer of Uncharted, totally convinced he is not a good actor. He is not at all a talented performer.
He has, right now, he's young. He's still young. I would give him some time. He's 23.
You know who else was
Give
young?
him some time.
Frankie Muniz. I would rather watch Frankie Muniz act than Tom
dare
Holland.
you? Malcolm himself.
I would rather see Malcolm. I'd rather see Dewey from that series act than Tom Holland.
You hold your tongue. Dewey is a great
Because
actor.
here's the other problem with Tom Holland. I don't care that he's young. If you get Spider-Man movie, you probably should know how to act. But he is so overconfident in himself now, he will never learn how to act.
He had some quote about Scorsese, because obviously the whole war between Scorsese and superhero movies. I think he was just like, I just don't think he gets how these movies have so much to them. And I'm like,
yes, right? A dumb person says that.
Yeah, someone who hasn't watched almost every single one of Scorsese's movies. I've watched every one of them but one. And I'm going to get to Kundun soon. It seems like a little bit of a task.
Philip Glass score.
I'm going to do it.
Totally worth it.
Yeah, that's what I'm in. I mean, I started watching it. I just got to get into it.
Yeah, it's like most Philip Glass pieces. You're like, all right, what are we doing here? And then eventually like, okay.
No, I really liked a Philip Glass score in a movie I watched semi-recently. I don't remember what it was, though. Wait, I got 2 more things to talk about with the Spider Guy. So yeah, he's really got one mode, and it's Peter Parker Spider-Man. And you know what? He should really he said he's going to take some time off from acting, and he wants to start a family. I'm like, you're 23. Sure.
Wow.
Why don't you go be a kid?
Yeah, I feel like, listen, I'm sure he's very
Did you hear
nice.
what happened? Hold on.
What?
Did you hear what happened recently? In the pandemic,
Yeah.
this new Spider-Man movie has surpassed domestically, not worldwide, domestically, Avatar's gross.
I mean, I'm not, well, I mean, like, it's been so long, Joe.
I mean, it hasn't been long enough to be like passing 700 million during the pandemic.
I think so.
That's insane.
One, I think movie tickets are that high. And two, I think people are dumb and will happily kill themselves for a Spider-Man movie. Anything Marvel puts out, they're like, yes, come to the theaters.
It's so crazy. It's a good movie. It's just, it's not art.
Which is totally fine. And it doesn't mean your movie doesn't deserve to exist. And it doesn't mean you're a bad person for liking it. But get off your effing high horse about what your movie is. Okay, everybody?
All the people that are like complaining that it didn't get one nominated for Best Picture, I'm just like...
I see you've seen none of the other films. Some of which I also don't think should be nominated. But I get why they were picked.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A conversation for another day. But I feel like that Tom Holland, probably a very nice person, usually.
Usually?
A little maybe full of himself. But I feel like he would annoy the shit out of me if I met him.
Yeah.
So hopefully that day never comes.
Have you watched some of his other movies, though?
Yes. That's why I'm saying I don't think he's a good actor.
What did you watch Cherry?
I saw The Cherry, and I saw that one with the vampire guy. The devil, maybe? The devil all the time. Something like that.
Oh, wow. Hold the fucking phone.
Yes.
You calling Pattinson the vampire guy?
I know, I'm sorry. I couldn't.
We are past
the lighthouse
that.
guy.
Yeah, the lighthouse guy,
the Batman guy.
The incredibly, like, odd-looking, 40-something looking handsome dude in Lost City of Z with his giant fucking grizzly man beard.
Yeah, that's right. Lost City
I love
of Z.
that movie. Yeah, I know you don't like it, but that movie is so good. Good Time? The scumbum from Good Time?
Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. That was the first place I went to. Because that's, I think most people would know him from that, sadly.
Well, literally is going to change in like 2 weeks when Batman comes out.
So, Tom Holland, not great at acting.
Yeah.
And now, watching this trailer, I go, well, confirmed. He can do Spider-Man, I guess. Because just like with Chris Pratt, they're like, hey, just be Tom Holland. And he's like, okay, I can do that. Here I go.
Yeah, he's very boring. I agree.
Okay, let's do this movie. Speaking of boring people with no personality.
I feel like that's exactly how Tom Hanks approached this project. All right, let's do this movie. A movie that he wrote, directed, and starred in. He also produced it, of course. Go on.
Shut up, Joe.
Do your thing.
Shut up, Joe.